Well, it's a heartbreaking trend. Animal rescues and shelters across the country are reporting a sharp increase in the number of pets being surrendered.
Yeah, a lot of shelters say it's because of difficult financial situations and owners just can't afford to keep their pets. Wakisha Bailey is live at ACCT Philly. There she is. Where the staff there, they are seeing this firsthand, Wakisha, and I hear that dog very excited for our live shot right now.
Yeah, actually, this is kind of quiet, Janelle. We actually are outside of ACCT Philly right now because, as you guys mentioned, pet owners, they just don't know what to do at this time as inflation continues to keep rising. So does the cost of pets. And that brings us to Sarah Barnett. And Sarah, you've seen a huge, increase of people surrendering their pets. Can you kind of walk us through what you're actually experiencing?
So what we're seeing is a couple of things. We're seeing, we've considered over the past couple of years, every year our dog intake is skyrocketing. We're already up about 7% compared to last year, and last year we were up 13% compared to the previous year. And that's like 1,000 dogs a year. That's a lot. And then the other part that we're seeing that's really troubling is owners are coming to us. They're getting evicted that day. Their dog has a medical emergency. They don't have plans. They don't have a job. They're about to be homeless. And so they're having to surrender their pet, and it's really sad because a lot of them really love their animals, and there's just too many factors. Us giving them pet food at that time is not going to help, or giving them some medical support. But if they can come to us sooner, there's so many resources in this city that want to help pets and people stay together, that people need to be aware of them. So that's the key part that we really want people to take home from today is, if you need help with your pet, there's resources out there, and we want to keep you together with your pet more than anybody.
One of the things, pet owners, they might be ashamed, feeling overwhelmed, not exactly sure what to do. What would you say to them?
I would say, ignore the naysayers. I think people do feel a little bit, self-conscious about it, and I understand that, but it's not about them. It's about you and loving your pet, and everybody has a different experience and lives in a different reality, and we understand that, and we want to help. And you may not get help if you ask your friends or family, but you might. And if you ask us, we'll try our best to help. But if you don't ask, you're definitely not going to get help.
And Sarah, our last question to our viewers that are waking up this morning, and they may have to make this tough decision. What can they do right now, first step?
First step is if there's any way that we can help you keep your pet, let us know now. Reach out now if you're not sure, but you think you might be headed down that path. Reach out now. And then the other thing is if you do have to surrender your pet, come and tell us everything you can about them. Yes, it'll take a couple minutes, but having that information is literally often the difference between life or death with that animal. We need to know if they live with dogs, how they are with people. Tell us everything good about that animal and everything bad so that we can help them find the best home possible.
Thank you so much for being with us and for all the advice that you offer this morning and for the job that you do here. And, the community can also help as well, whether it's fostering, donating, or adopting. Every little move, every helping hand really does make a huge impact for a lot of these animals and their pet owners. Sending it back to you.
All right, Wakisha, those dogs very vocal there this morning. Thank you, Wakisha.
They want everyone to wake up. Well, Faithful Friends Animal Society wants to help make pet ownership more affordable. It's hosting a low-cost vaccine clinic for dogs and cats today in Newcastle County. The clinic runs from 10 this morning until 3 at the Claymont Community Center. Services include vaccines, deworming, microchipping, and flea and tick prevention. Appointments are encouraged, however, walk-ins are also welcome.